I think write something that you can't not write. Like, that's my advice. You know, write something that you know, you'll die trying to make, and then figure out the most exciting way to tell that story. I write my fears. I write what, you know, terrifies me, either stuff that I've experienced or stuff that I don't want to experience. I figure out, you know, how that, you know, drives a story and who the characters are. And but I do think it's, you know, important to take like a personal feeling or a personal experience that's kind of burning inside of you and put it, you know, against the backdrop of something new and different, you know, so, because I just feel like if I were to just tell like my personal stories or my personal feeling, and then it was all like just totally, you know, beat by beat exactly what it is, you know, as I've felt it, like that would be boring and that's not exciting for me. And, you know, I think what's exciting is you can take what you feel and put that with the, you know, completely different characters and in different environments and then push it, you know, and push it for the sake of drama and for the sake of what excites you, you know, what you're trying to explore. It's not in any way a traditional thriller, you know, and I wasn't looking to make a traditional thriller. I think that our jobs as new filmmakers is to twist genre and use it, you know, to serve as stories that we need to tell. But yeah, I had this idea of almost making what I've called like an emotional thriller. And that's how I kind of went into it when writing the first draft. But I wanted to use the thriller to comment on, you know, all like the dangers of male inferiority, to show all the ways in which women are forced to play ugly to survive. And then just on like a personal level, it's like the feeling that I had in these experiences. It's like the dread that I had coming home at night, you know, after a day where I got good news and, you know, fearing like the person I loved and also the person I was becoming. Like that was something that I only ever felt, like that feeling I felt when watching like a thriller or a horror or something in the genre space. I don't think he's a bad guy for having these feelings, you know. I wanted Luke to represent a certain, you know, generation of men caught in the middle between wanting to adhere to a modern feminist society, but still having been raised on traditional ideas of masculinity. And you see him struggle with that in the film. And the way he's wired is not his fault, you know. What he does with that, you know, at a certain point, yes, that's on him. But the feelings, you know, themselves, like that, that's not his fault. And I felt like the more I lean into like his internal struggle, where you feel like his pain and fighting these things, yeah. I thought that's the more interesting version of the film. The character of Emily is a rising star in the world of finance, and I wanted to find a rising star. I think that, you know, you kind of get the same 15 names, especially in this age range. And it was always exciting to me, like who's on the rise that has value that you know that hasn't popped in this way. And she had a lot of buzz coming off of her from Bridgerton, but she's new to many people, and I think that was exciting to me. But more than that, I watched Bridgerton. I hadn't watched it before, but once I got her name, I watched the pilot and I just felt like I couldn't take my eyes off her. I think she's incredibly magnetic on screen. I think she's an incredibly strong actor. I think there's a warmth and a vulnerability, but also a fierceness. And I think that, you know, what drives me fucking nuts in how ambitious career women are depicted in Hollywood, you know, and on TV. It's just and in film, I just feel like it's either like you have female characters that they're either warm and loving and supportive, or they're cutthroat, ambitious career women. And it's like a woman is all those things, you know, and can be all those things. And so I wanted to cast someone who really encompassed, you know, all of that.